Oh, hello there. Welcome to Metrosix. It's the capital of Delaire. But more importantly for our story, it's a dangerous place. For 14 years, the city has dealt with a succession crisis, each one of the throne sitters dying within the month. However, rising from the poor forgotten 6th District, an heir to a fallen house and his trusted allies endeavor to break the noble's misbegotten deadlock. While it could be dangerous to step into the conflict, success here wouldn't just mean safety and stability for the sticks. But for the whole of Delaire.
Welcome back to Toss the Dice, Thieves and Kings. When last we left our party, they were hiding out in the sewers, waiting for the heat to blow over for their little incursion with the Smugglers Guild. However, you find that it's not so easy to evade. So this is the Smugglers Guild we're talking about, and you were hiding out in the sewers and waiting for a time to emerge in the through a manhole. However, you found that they actually sent patrols down into the sewers and into the waterways, and so it takes a couple of days actually for you to work your way out of the district, evading various patrols and whatnots. As of course you can't, now that your disguises are washed away, you can't really emerge into the district proper without being discovered in your true forms. And that would be a dangerous place to be, particularly for Aurelius. The rest of you might evade notice, but Aurelius's face would be known. So, after a few days, you do get back to the district, and you did evade capture. However, you find that a couple party members require bed rest, as they've gotten sick from the poor living conditions of the week. And so today, both Piper and Elektra, they'll have to sit this one out. They're on bed rest for now. So, as for the rest of you who are still well, now that you've made it back to the district, to the sticks, more accurately, what would you like to do?
On my end, I'm definitely gonna heal a lot because yeah, it took a bunch of injuries right there. Got some like shrapnel and like wood probably stuck on me. I still need to address and take care of. And
Yeah.
not to mention I have a couple of injuries that I need to heal from our last excursion as well. So
Lots of downtime probably warranted on everybody's part.
My bad for the little bits and pieces of floor stuck in you.
It's all right. It's all right. It's he like looks to his arm and it's just like riddled with like small little like shards of metal, and I'm like, oh, I'll be all right. I hope.
Yeah, that was just breaking character for a second here. That was absolutely my favorite part of that session. That was so good.
Yeah, it was quite good. Willing to take the risk there, so
yeah, I mean it paid off, right? You guys got away. Okay. So how many weeks are you going to spend on downtime? Technically you don't have a limit per se, but the more time you take, the more time things have to happen around you, you know, so the other districts make their move.
Mm-hmm. How long would it take to heal like a level 2 injury and heal all the way through?
That is an excellent question. So that depends. Every week you get to roll to heal, and a success you fill the healing clock, and every time the clock completes, you heal a certain amount. I believe it's reduced the injury level by 1 flat, so I think it would only take you potentially like 3-4 weeks to do, assuming good rolls. But let me actually double check that briefly, since it is kind of an important one. Would you be willing to commit to it if it were like 5 to 8 weeks?
Probably.
That's a bone.
Indeed.
It's not a very solid answer, but probably. Honestly, I probably would want to get rid of stress more than heal, but for the sake of at least healing the level 2, definitely.
Okay.
Well, could he just go down like 1 level instead of completely healing? Would that be shorter?
Like, I know that I'll have less effect on a lot of my stuff because I have that level 1 injury. Honestly, sustaining injuries in general sucks, both in stress and in the actual harm. But yeah,
Okay.
it's definitely.
So every time you take healing time, it's you do score at least 1 segment. So if you roll 1 to 3, it's it's 1 segment. 4 and 5 is 2 segments. A 6 is 3 segments, and then a critical is 5 segments. So, and that's weekly. You get to roll for that. Got you. Okay. So, if you don't have a physician, then you have to get one. So, that's actually your first step. For all of you injured people, if you don't already have one, then you need one. So, you cannot properly recover without a doctor.
Would you be able to send out someone who wasn't injured to go find one? Like, I'm not injured. Could I go find them one?
Yeah.
Are you injured too, Aaron?
Yes, but level 1.
But regardless. Would they both need their own?
No, you would just need to know a physician.
Yeah.
Honestly, you should probably get one in the bag for like the royal physician.
Yeah, we need a royal physicer, a court physicer. So
well, I'm sure Quintus would know one, and I could just easily get in contact with anyone he knows, because that's Eliana's father.
Well, okay. Here's the tricky bit, though. Here's the tricky bit. Is you can acquire one like fairly easily, right? However, remember, they get to see all of your wounds. It's going to be pretty obvious how you acquired them, right? Like, you guys disappear, this raid happens, and then you show up with these injuries. Like, they're going to know. They're going to know.
Yeah, whoever this is in on it. So we got to know, and we got to trust.
Which is why I say go through Quintus, because he's your oldest person. I was going to say advisor, not really, but whatever you would call him.
And old people always know good I'm just kidding. No, I know what you're talking about.
As we know, yeah. Never trust a stranger.
Stranger danger. Good job. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah. So I am gonna ask Quintus if the old physicer is still around.
Okay. So you speak with Quintus. Sorry, you speak with Quintus, and he says, "I'm sorry. The old physicer, he hasn't been alive for some time. He died when the castle was raided all those years ago. We haven't really replaced them. When someone gets injured, we tend to just patch them up here. Consequently, we have a lot of scars around here too. So we more often try to just not get hurt.
Lovely.
Hey,
You can say that
awfully,
again.
yeah. Very helpful, Quintus. I'm going to. Okay, we gotta find a physiker. So, and we gotta find
Would-
one through another avenue. What?
Would any of my adamantine soul associates be a physiker, perchance? This is just a far-fetched idea, but I figured I'd gamble on it a little bit.
So Reynald would have had some, because he was working on, biomechanics. He was integrating the hardware, but a lot of the work he did with himself. And so most of the people who would have that knowledge were probably working pretty closely with him. There's a good chance you can find them. I don't know if you can trust them. It's something you can pursue though if you'd like, but it's they would have worked closely with him, and so there's a good chance they were just a little bit more loyal than your average.
Okay. Then is there a place of education for physicers in the sticks?
Yeah, there's definitely medical offices of sorts. Many of them are a little overrun with patients just because there's not enough of them. But there are definitely some around.
I'm specifically trying to target students.
No, there's absolutely no medical schools in the sticks, actually.
Okay.
In fact, there's no schools at all. Schools were originally instituted by the government, and so when the government collapsed, it collapsed with it.
Okay, cool. I'm going to reinstate schools. That was an oversight. Yes. Wow.
Yeah. That said, though, when you ask about it, though, people seem to be talking about someone who has taken upon themselves to teach a small number of people. The number of people who attend are quite low, but someone has taken it upon themselves to become a school teacher in the area.
Okay.
Particularly for a slightly younger crowd.
So when we say slightly younger, do we mean high schoolers?
We're talking
children.
We're talking probably from like 10 to 14. So in that range.
Like middle school.
Yeah.
Like elementary school, early middle school.
Okay. I'm gonna approach this person about it.
Okay.
I mean, are they just a teacher? Or are they what do they teach?
The school teacher's name is Regina, and she has been teaching people in the safest portion of the sticks, which would actually be Thieves Guild territory. So it's actually really close to the castle. So you can walk to her if you so choose.
Will do. I'm gonna walk to her. Walk to her offices or wherever she's at.
So she has taken up residence in an old church building. And it's broken down by now. It wasn't upkept after the district collapsed. And as you arrive, do you bring even a small entourage with you?
If Paul is healing.
I'd like to come along regardless.
Okay,
I think that'll show the disparity of the situation.
Okay. And does Eliana join or no?
Yeah, sure, why not?
This is my
I
secretary.
should probably.
Blast marks on his face.
Yeah.
Shrapnel in his arm.
Shrapnel in his arm, and he's like, ow.
Hey, how's it going?
Are we gonna at some point do the stress thing too? The
Yeah,
ice
for sure.
thing? Okay.
Okay. So then as you arrive, Regina stands up. About what time of the day do you actually approach her?
Afternoon.
Afternoon. Okay, so she's in the middle of a class, and she sees you approaching with a small entourage through I would say a window, but it's technically just an archway, as like all the glass is shattered. Although it looks like it was once a stained glass window. And she says 1 minute, class. And she steps outside. She wears her hair up in a bun, and she wears a blouse and a skirt. And she steps out, and she says, "My lord, I apologize. I have just been using this. The place was abandoned."
It's no issue. What's your name?
Oh, my name is Regina. Are you certain it's no issue? I did not impose.
Not at all. It's no issue. In fact, Regina, are you a teacher?
I am. Or I was.
All right.
I suppose I still
before-
am.
Well, and gesturing to the room full of kids, certainly still looks like it. I'll cut to the chase, Regina. I would like you to be the head of education in the Sticks.
Oh. Oh, okay. Well, absolutely. And she remembers herself for a second, and she, grabs her skirts. She curtsies. She says, "Thank you, my lord. I appreciate it."
I would like you to find at least, how many teachers do you know still around?
None. None at all.
I'd like you to find 5 people willing to educate on their free time.
Okay.
They would be compensated.
I can do
doing
that.
so.
I can do that.
All right. And I want to meet with you this weekend to see how you've done and who you found.
Absolutely.
All right.
Then may I meet you at Castle Aquile?
That's where I was hoping we'd meet.
I will be there. Thank you again. And
Okay.
she seems a little shell shocked. So she's at a bit of a loss for words.
Yeah. All right. Well, I turn to leave, and I talk to Eliana and Haven, and I say I'm shocked. I didn't know that there was such a lack of education. Hopefully, we can start to address this issue.
Yeah, that's why you
Yes,
see all the kids running around with nothing better to do but create chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to think
So
that
I have forgotten.
I like to think that Aurelius just thought he was ditching school this whole time, having no idea that there was no school.
There we
I'm a
go. I think
rebel.
that is probably very accurate.
Yeah. Haven holds his injured arm and kind of like cradles it a little bit, just kind of like keeping it in a certain place so the pain on his arm wouldn't, well, be as much for him to handle. And he says, now that I think about it, I don't think the Styx has ever had schools. I remember I taught myself everything. Well, with the help of Reynold, of course, but you're absolutely right.
Mm.
Well, that's gonna change. And he pats him on his injured arm while smirking.
Oh!
I would have kind of doing the same thing, just like giving him a little playful punch, being like, ah.
I like to imagine that his dominant arm was injured in this, and so in an attempt to like hit you back, he like creates even more pain for himself, and he just like he like takes a squat, and he's just like in pain.
All right, but in all seriousness, we need to find you a doctor. And
Yeah.
start.
Speaking of which,
definitely didn't notice.
Once you find a doctor, you'll also need to figure out where you will be convalescing. Just remember that obviously your injuries are not something you want to be public per se.
Yeah. I was hoping to find a student, but if there are no students in the Styx, I'm not willing to recruit from outside of the Styx. So let's is there so there are hospitals in the Styx, right?
There are. Many of the medics there will probably be very undertrained, or old. A few of them have moved in from other districts, so they'll be younger. Just good Samaritans who are looking to make the world a better place. Yeah, but generally speaking, the competency will be quite low, except for a few like really solid physicians.
Okay. I'm looking for an old man, like old as dirt, knows what he's doing, and raised in the Styx. Born here. Someone who's so old that they wouldn't bother betraying us because they have such little time on Earth left.
Or woman, old medicine lady.
Yeah, either way. Wow. I just sounded really sexist.
No, not at all. Because the man you're looking for is Ray Chadigan. He's
Okay.
he works at a hospital in actually old Red Gear territory. Obviously, it's not Red Gear territory anymore because you cleaned that problem up. But
Yeah.
he's in that part of town, and he has been in that part of town probably since your grandfather was in power.
Dang. Okay. He's the guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna take a appointment with him. I'm gonna set up an appointment to get Paul looked at, Haven looked at.
Immediately, he tells like as you do you personally set it up, or is it a servant you send?
Oh no, I do send a servant.
Okay. The servant returns and says, "You can see the physician, or the physiker, I suppose."
Yeah.
In about 2 weeks. He and your butler, he fidgets a little bit as being the bearer of bad news. He says that being a lord doesn't mean you get to cut in line. That is a direct quote.
Okay. Well, I can respect that. Haven, I'm taking you to the vet.
Excuse me. Okay.
There absolutely is. There is vets as well. Do you want to pursue that?
Yeah, I'm serious. So what I'm gonna do is I'm straight up going to, I'm gonna find a local vet.
Okay. There's also very few of those, but there is a surprisingly large number of chicken farmers in the district, and so a lot of the vets are kind of self-appointed. They're self-taught, but they do exist. They exist.
Why do you need a vet?
I'm trying to find somebody. Look, I'm trying to find somebody who is not, who's kind of in their own world, doing their own thing, not trying to treat people, but trying to just treat animals. And my hope is that they are so not involved in political affairs that they're not going to know.
Yeah.
There is a well-recommended vet nearby. Her name is Hera Zahana. And once again, do you send a servant or do you go yourself?
We're going ourselves.
Okay. So as you get there, Hera seems to be in her mid-30s. And her hair is kind of disheveled, but, pulled up in a bun. And she's tending to a dog right now, actually. And as she sees you walk in, she says, "How can I help you?" There isn't anyone else in the facilities other than her.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping that you can actually look over my friend here. And he pats Haven, but not so hard this time. Of course, that's after you're done treating your current client. He looks at the dog on the table.
And the dog looks back at you. Gives you a wink, but that was probably just a twitch.
Okay.
Probably.
It speaks. Yeah, no, it's...
She says, "Well, you're in luck. I was just wrapping up." And she turns around and she says, "Well, I can tell you two things looking at him. One, human, for sure. Whoa." She looks at you again. She's like, half human, actually. And, she steps a bit closer and she says, "And it looks like something has exploded on him."
Yeah, about that. I was tinkering around with my inventions and, well, you know the price.
I see. So you're a tinker, are you?
I am. I worked for Reynolds for a time.
Well,
A long time.
I see. Reynald. And she examines you closely as she says this. She doesn't appear to know who you are. And she says, "Well, I'm glad to see him go." Kind of testing the waters.
I look to her and I smile and I say, "Me too."
Good. Good.
Not a good boss.
Okay. Well, I can tell you that this is not my specialty. So, I mean, I am making no promises here for your friend. And I'll also be charging a little bit extra.
Charge away. Is there any indication she knows who we are?
No, she doesn't seem to know who you are at all.
Awesome. That's what we're talking about. Okay. 110%.
Okay.
Willing to pay it.
She says, all right. And she, she pulls out some like leather straps and a pair of large tweezers, and she doesn't ask. She pushes you onto your seat and shoves a piece of leather in your mouth. And then she tightens the strap on your arm, and she immediately just like cuts away the sleeve and starts plucking out the shrapnel. And she is not gentle.
It's at this moment. It's at this moment that, for sure, like I look to Aurelius and Eliana, and there is visible fear in his eyes. You don't know what, but for the audience, he definitely has like a phobia of like tweezers and needles for sure.
Oh.
So.
Oh, well, it's a good thing she didn't give you any chance to resist then.
That's what I'm saying.
Eliana's just over in the corner dying laughing.
And yeah, she starts going to town. Go ahead and make me a healing roll. So you'll roll 2 d6s.
Who was in control of the sticks before we took it over?
No one really. So the last person to truly rule the sticks was Braz.
Okay.
It was
grandfather.
so fractured. In this area of town, though, it would have been the heavy brass.
Okay. Aurelius, as she's working on him, says, "Crazy, all that business with the heavy brass." And Aurelius, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts on the heavy brass, and she looks away for a second, and like whatever she did, it hurt.
I was definitely like screaming and like trying to like leave. This was happening.
When you try to get up, she immediately like starts utilizing the straps on the table to strap you down, and continues to work.
Oh, he's on a table? I thought he was in a chair.
I may have said chair, but it's like it's a long operating table kind of thing.
Oh,
It's
I just
made of
envisioned
wood,
her like.
so you can't
I just
manipulate
envisioned
it.
her like. I just
4
envisioned her
and
putting it.
5.
Ooh, okay. So that is 2 points on your healing clock.
What does that mean?
Okay, so yeah, what does that mean?
It means that you are halfway to healing 1 of those injuries.
Oh wow, poo. Okay.
One of the 2.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So, and I apologize. Actually, that's 4. So she cured 1 of your wounds this week.
Oh, okay.
So now
Sounds
he's
good.
level 1.
Did you have 2 level 2 injuries or just the 1?
I had 1 level 2 injury, and then I still had that 1 level 1 injury. So I don't know what that means. So does that mean that I have 2 level 1 injuries because I moved up to level 2?
No, you can skirt the lower ones. In fact, it's kind of weird. You can actually take fatal damage, but not be injured in any other way.
Interesting. That's okay. That's all right.
So yeah, but no, that's 4 ticks on the healing clock, so that's an injury healed. Cool. So but answering your question, she says, well, the heavy brass haven't been around collecting taxes anymore, which is nice. Not sure what the deal with that is. Aurelius, who?
All right, cool. No, yeah, no worries. I'm assuming you're pretty married to your work.
No, not really. I'm not married at all, to be honest, but
Okay.
Eliana rolls her eyes.
She says, but you know, that doesn't mean you can make any moves on me, all right? You're way too young for me. So she just keeps working.
All right. Well, thank you. How much do I owe you?
It will actually cost you 1 coin.
Okay. Worth. Okay.
All right. So that was a not pleasant experience, but you know that Hera, she gets it done, quick and dirty.
Mm-hmm. And doesn't know a thing about what's going on in the world whatsoever.
No.
So that's that's exactly what we needed. So
yeah, you definitely see Haven coming out of that place with like a bandaged arm, and it's just like riddled with blood, like for sure. It's just like it's a bloody arm.
Pale
super
face.
pale. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
like a traumatized.
Pale, and I'm just like I'm sweaty. Yeah, it was awful.
Okay. Real quick,
I lean over and I'm just like, sorry.
Let's go ahead
after laughing at him.
Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and address the vices. So, how is everyone going to reduce stress? Because if you've got plenty of time.
I'm gonna whatever big meeting we're going to. I'm definitely not gonna be there. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. And I'm gonna be slacking off, like building my own stuff. I'm gonna probably be. I'm gonna see if I can make stuff fly. So.
All right. Okay.
I'll be cliff jumping.
All right. Go ahead and actually. Yeah.
There's a cliff diving. Cliff jumping.
Oh, actually, I guess both of you go ahead and make your vice rolls.
How many dice is that?
Oh,
it's just
sucks.
1.
Oh. I got 1 on mine.
Okay. So you reduce stress by 1. Go ahead and.
I got a 6.
Also. 6. Okay. How much stress did you have?
I think I had 3 because I used the little ghosty thing.
Okay. So you overindulge. You are having a good time. And a wild time. So, what goes wrong? Let's
Wait. Let me double check. Hold on.
All right.
I think it was 4.
Still overindulge.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Okay, but not by as much.
Yeah, first time that's happened. That's an honor.
Yeah.
I'm all excited. I got a 6. I was like, yes.
You're breaking ground. Okay, so for indulging your vices, when you recover more stress than you have, it means that you went a little wild. So now we just need to figure out what happened while you were indulging. So, I'm inclined to think if you were cliff diving that like you got an injury, but I'm willing to hear your opinions if you think it should be something else.
Well, what time of year is it?
That is an excellent question. It is, I believe, summer. Let me take a look at my calendar.
Okay. Because I was going to say if it's winter, I could have gotten hypothermia. But if it's warm out, then that's not applicable. So
I think it'd be interesting if you, for whatever reason, like while you were diving, ended up hurting a person. I think that'd be an interesting one.
like I dived on someone. Can you imagine?
Could have. That would have sucked.
Probably break my
I
leg
just figured-
and give them a concussion.
Ooh. You're not cliff diving per se, but you're more like jumping off buildings, right?
No, like
What
I
about,
actually went to like water and like was cliff diving.
Oh, well,
That's
okay, never mind
jumping.
then. I was thinking if you were jumping off buildings, then
Oh,
I can definitely see you like destroying like a window and like wrecking somebody's property.
yeah. Well, I was thinking, ocean. We're by an ocean, but are there other bodies of water, or would this be cliff diving in the ocean? Because I was thinking kind of like river lake type scene, but
Well, there's a river in the sticks, and if you got injured in that, you definitely have an infection.
Actually, it's late
Is it gross
into.
water?
It's actually late into autumn. 20, so 13.
I think sustaining an injury would totally be viable here, though. It seems like it's the most logical.
Yeah.
one out
So.
of-
Okay. Then sustaining an injury it is then.
Wait, I wanted to get hypothermia because I don't want to have to heal from an injury.
It would actually still count as an injury.
Oh, okay, that's lame.
So hypothermia, breaking a leg, both would probably be considered level 2 harm. I think go. Can you roll to reduce consequences when you're? I don't think you can.
No, there.
For overindulging.
You shouldn't be. I don't think you should be able to, even if the rules say. I mean,
yeah. Then I
What's
think
overindulging? Is it by more than one?
yeah. If it's by more than one, so the amount doesn't matter. It's just any time it's over. So yeah, I think you sustain a pretty serious injury. I think you break your leg.
Probably.
So
But I can
Yeah.
make myself float. I'll just carry myself around.
so you you have a fracture. It's not compound, it's not, out of place or
Gruesome.
anything. It's just a
annoying.
hairline fracture. But it's broken. You can tell. It's swollen
Dang.
up. It's brutal.
I storm back in all like irritated because I hate it when stuff like that happens because it ruins the fun.
I look at, I see
I'm, like, limping.
Eliana come into the room, and I'm like, "Welcome to the club," and I like show my like bandaged arm.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of which, do you go back to the vet when you
Yeah.
for more
probably.
healing?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you will have to as well potentially. So week 2
Assuming
of
she
recovery.
has like cast stuff for humans.
True.
So should
we
I
don't care if
roll
she
again?
doesn't.
Yeah. Roll again.
Oh yeah. Okay. 5 and a 6.
Ooh. Okay. So you actually you heal up completely and then some.
It's
Yeah.
like Flynn Rider when he's like, "Am I gonna have like superpowers in this now?" That'd be really cool.
Yeah. You that experience is much more pleasant. despite the fact that she said she didn't know what she was doing on people, which is probably true to a certain extent, she seems to bandage you up real well.
Dang. Is that dog still like, did the dog that she fixed up, like, was that a stray dog?
Oh yeah.
I'd like to go find that dog and pick that up as my own.
It's been hanging around.
Okay. I pat it in the back and I'm like, I feel you. And I take it home with me because I want to.
Eliana's a little jealous because she had been like eyeing the dog previously but didn't want to bother because it was getting healed. She'd actually brought treats for it this time.
And then Aurelius is like, hey, do you have a permit for that?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Wait,
not gonna
you've
put
never
words
been
in
to
your
school before. What is a permit?
True. I wouldn't know. It's just stuff adults say.
Mermit.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Aurelius did go to school, kind of. It was the school of hard knocks.
I was about to say that, dude. I knew it was coming. The school of Elektra beating him up. Anyway,
the school of demon level hard knocks.
Yeah, exactly. Being a wartime refugee in your own city.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. From running from them to hurting them. You've grown. You've grown.
Okay. Actually, this is exactly what I'm going to say. So I'm going to.
Wait, did you heal at all?
I'm fine.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm chilling. Wait, no, I'm not chilling. I need to get that addressed. All of us do immediately. Okay.
What?
Okay. So I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to visit this this vet one more time.
Okay, go ahead and roll for healing.
You're gonna flirt with it this time?
Kind
5.
You get to roll twice.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Okay, 5 and 2.
Okay. So she patches you up all right, but it's gonna take another visit.
Can I also try to heal?
Yeah, absolutely. And she says, you guys know I'm not a physiker, right? Listen, I'll keep working on you if you keep paying me the these rates, but just saying.
Okay.
And as she's saying this, she's already patching Eliana up. She fashions a splint out of some sticks. And
I got
wraps
a
it up
4
real
and
tight.
a 1.
Okay, so it's gonna take a second visit for you as well. But
Dang,
the next one we'll do it for sure.
Baby.
Okay, and I tell her on my second visit, which 4 and 3.
Yeah. As you walk in, she, with your infected wound from last time, she's like, my favorite customers.
Yeah. And he tells her, he says, we'll definitely keep paying these rates. The question is if you can keep a secret.
I mean, more often than not, I'm talking to my friends here, and she points around to the animals. So, why not?
Okay. Well, I'm kind of wondering, what do you guys think? Should we tell her the truth or not?
If you want to, yeah, you definitely can. If you trust her that much.
I don't. But I also think she seems too absorbed in her work to care about current events. So it's like there's definitely an advantage to not saying anything.
I was gonna say, why tell her anything to begin with? She doesn't have to know.
True. Yeah.
Okay. So she patches you up. Do you also take your two sick people to her as well?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Do I heal again then as well?
Yeah, you don't even bother rolling for the second one. Even if you roll ones, it'll still be enough.
Okay.
So you get patched up over the next 4 weeks. That means that means that
Something happens.
yeah, that's what I thought. So that means that it is actually time for the Harvest Festival. So I want to have everybody here for the Harvest Festival, especially since our two injured players will be all healed up by then. And yeah. So with that being said, I do want to resolve what other plans you have to do now that you're all healed up and you've addressed the immediate concerns. Word on the street is that Vermilion Steel is looking for a set of people, and she thinks she found them.
Yeah. The question is that I have to you: are our injuries healed enough that they're not going to be immediately noticeable?
Oh, you're completely healed. Yeah, no, completely healed. Completely healed. No injuries remaining. Even Haven.
Awesome. I'm going to actually send Miss Vermilion Steel an invitation to meet. And before I started, flashback to before I started healing, I actually went to L and I reported that I wanted her, basically I gave her information to spread.
Okay.
And that information was that a couple of no good specters came in trying to sell Aurelius and the day crew demon and strawberry cows. So the exact same hustle. Okay.
And you can feel it in your soul, Vermilion screaming from the other district.
Yeah. So over the course of the 4 weeks that we've been healing, I have reported that that's happened.
Okay.
So she should be very well acquainted with the fact that happened due to the trading on the seas and us kind of having that similar circle is my idea.
Okay.
And I'm going to send out a diplomatic invitation to meet in neutral waters.
Okay. She agrees.
Okay. Awesome. And those neutral waters are going to be right on the border of pirate water territory and her water territory. Just to clarify.
Okay. Deal.
Okay. Awesome.
All right. We'll go ahead and resolve the meeting as well as the festival next time. Is there anything else that you would like to resolve in this session?
Aurelius has okay, I want to address two things. Did the teacher actually basically hire on more teachers?
She did. Let me Actually, no, it's probably more appropriate for you to make this fortune roll. So go ahead and roll me a d6.
Okay. All right. It's a 4.
A 4. So she's got a couple of good teachers, but some of them look like they barely know the stuff. In fact, one of them looks like they're 17, probably one of her students. In fact, all of these are probably her students. Not all so young. Some of them are probably students from a while ago, but
Yeah. Okay. It's a start. It's a start. Secondly, I want to have kicked up production. Like, basically, I'm handing down the instructions to Haven and the instructions to Elektra to prepare for war. So to Haven is weapon production, and to Elektra is unit production.
okay. So as soon as they're out of their sick beds, how many weeks of downtime do you want to devote to this?
I would like to devote, let's say, the next 4 weeks.
You.
Now, the weapons I want to be like, I also want to have sent a letter to the pirate lord.
Okay.
Basically letting him know that we are actually looking to increase the safety of the borders.
Okay. So for the physician visit, it will have cost 1 coin. For
Okay.
hiring the pirates to increase security, it'll be 2 coins a week.
Okay. Can I say hire them for the peace mission with Vermilion still and not hire them for the rest of the time?
Yeah, we can reduce it to 1 coin for such a brief interval.
Okay. Both are noted. I don't know how much gold I have left, but not much.
I took the actually I took it out of party gold because it was a party expense.
Okay, but 2 a week is too steep for us right now. But the rest of it can be done. And then lastly, I would actually like to also devote maybe another coin to building a proper school out of that church.
Okay.
If everyone else is amenable to it.
Are you looking for a school or your university?
That's a good question. If I did build a university, would there be people to attend?
I think you should start with the school first because it's smaller and easier to get together, and then maybe you could develop it into a university.
Yeah, that is kind of the dynamic. A university is going to be more expensive. If you would like to do that, we can discuss how to achieve it, though. Like I said, you do have passive coin, so you will get about 1 coin a week as like a party.
Yeah.
Just because like your income is a lot higher than that, but your expenses for the district are also very high. So
yeah. How many coins do we have total then in our party savings?
You had 2. One was spent on the physician. Another will be spent on the pirate meeting. But you'll be making 4 in between now and then.
Okay. Are you guys still okay with that? Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and do that and make that the action. One last thing I'm doing in the meantime is conceptualizing with Elektra and the team how to possibly do sort of a Camp David idea. Like, I want to invite other lords to the district in order to hold a, basically a council.
Why not invite them in celebration of the Harvest Festival?
Let's do that. Perfect.
That's it for this episode. I am Brendan, the DM, and host for Toss the Dice here on Expedition Anything. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out our other shows on the channel. Consider joining our Patreon for various perks, or if you're just feeling generous. A big thanks to my players, Alyssa, Aaron, Rachel, Paul, and Elise. And lastly, thanks to you, the listener, for sticking around until the end of the video. See ya on the next expedition.